Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss the exam hall strategy for Prelims 2026. In my preparation journey, I have cleared Prelims 7 times successfully and I have scored 120.97 marks in Prelims 2024. I am going to share all my strategies that I used to implement during the exam hall time, and that has worked for me, and this is working for so many students, and I really hope that this will work for you also in 2026 Prelims. Before going ahead, I will just introduce you to my Telegram channel where I share my notes, my strategies, and my insights. If you like it, please do subscribe. Let us start. There are two things, technical and non-technical things, in order to take care of the exam hall. Technical things I am going to discuss: how to attempt GS1 and CSAT, and mindset required for both the paper. Non-technical things are different. Now, why I am discussing all these things right now when prelims is 14-16 days away, right? Because I want you to analyze all these things. If you feel that these are working for you, you should implement them in one of the FLTs so that you are comfortable and you can do it in the actual exam hall. So let us start this video. How to attempt GS1. 3 rounds are very, very compulsory, and one question, 1 minute should be the ratio. This is max time that you can allocate. So 25 questions in 25 minutes, this should be your one set. Such a 4 set will give you 1 hour 40 minutes, and your first full round is going to finish in 1 hour 40 minutes by solving all 100 questions with bubble. So your watch should always be in your left hand whenever you are solving the paper. People do this simple mistake that they will keep watch sideways, and they will just keep on looking in between. They will not have the clarity on time left. Your every minute will matter. So I used to keep watch on my left hand like this, and I used to solve with my right hand. When I used to bubble, I used to check with this my left hand, watch in my still in my hand the question, and right hand I used to see the bubble, cross check, double, and then bubble it. So throughout your paper, your watch should be in your hand and you are having the glance at your watch every now and then. Next is your first round is 4 sets of 25 questions. So 100 questions. 25 questions, 25 minutes, one set, right? So 9 your 9:30 paper will start. Your paper will start at 9:30 and your first 25 minutes will be finishing by 9 for 55. This is how next 25 you should do, and in 1 hour 40 minutes you are going to finish your first round. Think upon and solve all the 100 questions in the first round itself. It is not like that you are going to solve some questions in second round. Every question should be thought upon, and you should be able to choose what you are going to do. At least 50-50 you should reduce or confidently mark in the first round itself. But you will bubble only the confident questions after every 25 hours. I hope you are understanding. So one minute, one question, 25 questions you solved in first 25 minutes. Then you are confidently marking and bubbling only those confident questions. Let us suppose they are 10 out of 25 or 8 out of 25. You will mark them. Rest of the questions, you are rounding the question number and you are leaving it for the decision in the second round. Okay? Now second round, you are done with, let us suppose, 10 bubbles in 25 questions, 10 bubble in 25 questions. So 40 bubbles you are done. You have solved and you have seen all the questions. 40 bubbles are done. You are in the second round. 1 hour 40 minutes is gone. Now you are doing reading of questions, whatever you have round the question number that you have left for the decision in the second round. You are just going to see B or C, B or C, or C or D, right? And you are going to attempt maximum questions in the second round with bubbling simultaneously. First you were bubbling after every 25 questions. Now you will bubble simultaneously because time left is very less. And in the third round, you are going to take call on remaining 3 to 4 questions in the last 5 minutes when the one bell which is happening 5 minutes before the actual exam ends is happening. So you are going to do that, right? So I'll show you my 2024 paper where you can see how I have done things. Let us suppose, can you see this? This is 1. So the question number 1 I have rounded. That means I did not take it in the first round. I have kept this question for the second round for the decision. So only those questions where, see this question number 24. See, I have not rounded done anything. So I have attempted it in the first round. 25 question attempted in the first round. and I have kept 21 question, rounded the question number and kept it for the second round for the decision, right? And can you see I am also doing this? So 22 I have rounded for the second round, but I have also written that I am confused in A and D, so that when I am taking decision in the second round, I am only thinking about A and D option, not C, not B option, right? So in the first round itself, I have marked A and D on the side, so that it is very comfortable for me to take the question in the second round. See, this 27 I attempted in the first round, bubbled in the first round. 29 I bubbled in the first round, right? Then 30 32 I have rounded, and I was confused between some options, so I have kept it, right? See, 39 I have circled the question number and I have kept it for the second round, but I chose, like, I have written A oblique B. So in the second round I am thinking whether I should take only one or I should take only two, and I took only one and marked it in the second round, like that, right? So I hope the rounds are clear for all of you. Now I am going to tell you how your mindset should be when you are attempting GS1 paper. So it is like 100 questions and 100 psychological zones. Please look at what I am saying. So I am talking about 100 psychological zones, means that every question should be treated separately. So if you are solving one question and you are going to the second question, you are in a psychological zone of a polity simple question, then you are moving towards, let us suppose, environment tough question. So your psychological zone in question number 1 should not hamper the question number 2. Also, the tough question in question number 2, which is environment, which you could not solve, this psychological zone that you are feeling very low, you are feeling little anxious, this you should not carry to the question number 3, which is a simple question of history, let us suppose modern India, right? So take a deep breath whenever you are done with one question. Take deep breath and then command to your mind that you are not going to think about whatever was the previous question. This actually helps to compartmentalize all the 100 questions into 100 zones. You should not carry one zone into another zone, otherwise you must have observed that in your mock test, whenever there is a tough series of tough questions, you are very anxious and then you make mistakes in the easy questions also. This you should avoid. Focus completely on present, what you have solved previously, whether it is right or wrong, what is going to come in the next page is very tough or easy. All these thoughts should not come. You should focus one question at a time. Practice this. Then concentration should be at peak. My concentration used to be such a at such a peak level that after this 2 hours of GS paper, I used to feel exhausted and I used to get chakkar, right? So this concentration level you should achieve. Then dot method. So I will teach you one good method here where you can see how you can keep that concentration very, very high. So can you see I am using dots? So here, this is dot, this is dot, this is dot, this is dot, this is dot. So I'm reading each and every word. Can you see these dots? So this is my actual exam hall paper, right? So I am reading each and every the word of the question with putting pen below it. So I'm not reading in the air so that you feel like your concentration is little less, your mind is wandering. I do not do that. So I am keeping pen under each and every word. Okay, this you can do. You cannot underline, you cannot circle each and every word. Each and every word will matter in the prelims. So you put pen, you use that dot method in order to be concentrated in a given thing, right? Then next important thing is like tough questions. You should not lose confidence. There will be simple questions for sure in the paper which you need to find and you need to mark confidently. And when there is easy question, let us suppose polity simple question or very simple question of modern India, you should not get excited, and in that you should make mistake. Okay, so whenever you are finding tough question, tell yourself there are easy questions in the next pages to come, and whenever you are seeing easy question, you should not do silly mistake. Next is changing order while solving. When sometimes it happens that you do not like economy and there is a series of economic questions which you are finding tough, change your order. Start from 100, 99, 98. But to do that, you should be comfortable in doing it in today in a full length test, so that it should not jumble in the bubbling, or you should not, your mind should be comfortable. So try it in one full length test. Then speed up with every moment. You should start warming up before your actual exam. Let us suppose 9:30 your paper is starting. So 9:20 onwards, think about all the facts, think about some mapping things, think about something so that your brain is warmed up. Don't worry if you're not able to recollect anything in that 10 minutes. It is not for your recollection, it is for warming up your brain, and then you will start your paper at 9:30. More details I will tell you in another video, how you should behave in the actual D-Day, right? Then you can do bubble with double cross check and thinking about pass or fail. So you should never ever think. So what students do, that whenever they are sitting in the actual exam hall, with every questions they will think whether I will pass this exam or fail, pass this exam or fail. If your mind is focused on that, how you can solve or do judgment, do justice to the question in hand. Okay, all these things you are supposed to implement. My mind used to be shut down, like anything. I used to focus only and only on that question, whatever the number, whatever the words that are used in the question, whatever the option, meaning of that option, interlinkages, A or B, concentration while bubbling, all these things are absolute necessary. Then how to attempt CSAT? There will be 3 rounds for sure. First round is I am solving all RC in 40 to 45 minutes. So then I am bubbling. So all RC done, then I am bubbling. Then second is all easy maths I am doing, then I am bubbling. So for easy maths I am doing 30. In every CSAT paper, there will be definitely 10 to 15 very, very easy sums, which you should find out and bubble. And you should not worry for the tough questions, because there are easy questions also. Find them out. Do scanning from question number 1 to question number 80, right? So do scanning from question number 1 to question number 80 and find out those easy things in the 30 minutes. So all RC done, bubble done. Then all scanning of 1 to 80 questions and easy maths in 30 minutes done, then bubble done, right? Then all the tough questions that are left, you can use it in 30 or remaining 45 minutes and then bubble. These 3 rounds are very important. I have explained all these things in detail in our CSAT video, in our RC video, which you are supposed to watch. Now, what is the mindset while solving CSAT? One is do not carry burden of GS1. Many people will think about GS1, what is happening in GS1. After GS1, they will cross-check their answers and they are so demotivated and they are attempting CSAT. This is a blunder. Then, doable paper. CSAT is a very, very doable paper. Though it is tough, it is doable, it is qualifying. You should signal this to your brain and not to like, CSAT is very tough, IIT people are failing, what I am going to do. This is very negative thought process and very negative feedback to your brain loop, right? Then skip questions, do not get stumbled. So let us suppose there is a probability question and you are stumbling it, you are spending 5-10 minutes on it. It is not advisable. Skip it, go for the next question and see this question in the next round. Find out easy questions. No ego, no time pass. So what happens? People do number system very nicely, and when they are not able to solve number system in actual exam hall, they feel like they should be able to solve and they are stumbled on that question. This should not happen. Many of my friends have suffered due to this attitude. There should not be time pass in any of the questions. CSAT में time management is very, very important, right? Then reverse solving. So in so many questions of CSAT, you solve the math and you get the answer, but sometimes you put the options in the given scenario and you also get the answer. So reverse engineering should also be explored in 3 to 4 questions minimum. It will help you. Now, after technical things, what are the non-technical things that you should take care of? First and foremost, you should carry nishkam karma attitude. Everything is done, revision is done, full length test done, everything is done. Now on that exam day, you should not think about what is happening, whether I will pass or fail. Do your best. Focus on doing your best. Focus on solving that question, not focus on what will happen as a result, right? I know this is easy to say but difficult to implement, but I have implemented in 7 times. So many other people implement. So you should be also able to implement it. Enough of self-doubt and anxiety. Leave it for that single day, right? Proper rest is very, very required. Like before GS1, go to the exam hall, sit properly, breathe properly, right? Do not rush. In after GS1, people come and then they check GS1 answers. That should also not happen. That will create anxiety. Between GS1 and CSAT, you should have proper rest so that your brain will function very nicely in CSAT. You can do one full length test in offline mode. That is why offline tests are very, very important. Do GS1 in the morning, do CSAT in the afternoon, do management of time in between GS and CSAT, the way you are going to actually do in the exam day, right? So that you have that rehearsal beforehand. Avoid unnecessary panic, like my pad is not allowed in the exam hall, bottle is not allowed in the exam hall, what will I do? I had carried chocolate, but now people are not allowing the chocolate in the exam hall, so I am feeling like how I will retain my energy. All these unnecessary panic you leave. Whatever is happening, you focus on being calm and being fully concentrated on the question paper, nothing else. Now your watch should be correct. Some people get a watch where the time is slowed down, some people watch get lost, something. All these unnecessary things, take care of them, right? Then hmm, avoid chit chatting with the friends, right? This is not at all uh, needed. Distraction should be avoided. Some people will say, oh, have you done this, have you done that current affair, this was very important for prelims. What you are supposed to do in that one day is, whatever you have done, believe and attempt. You cannot do current affairs on that exam day, so why are you discussing with others what is the important topic and why it is left, vagara vagara, right? No breaking of concentration, and there should be a power nap between GS and CSAT for sure. I hope all these things are going to help you for sure, and you are going to rock in the upcoming prelims 2026. Please do rehearsal with all these methods that I have explained one times in full length test, and you will see that your method of attempting paper and your mindset will matter a lot irrespective of what study you have done. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.